Hala told lots of stories, traditional stories, stories that she made up. She's a real ambassador for culture in Gaza and Palestine, talking about embroidery and cuisine and everything. She's had articles published. And even last year, in March 2024, she and her older sister Shatha came online to the World Storytelling Cafe and did a half-hour set of stories for the world while they were displaced and in a bombed-out basement. And one of the stories that Hala told, I'll tell to you now. Hala also wrote a book recently. The book's called Gaza Girl, The Gaza Diaries, 2024 and 2025, and it's very beautiful. It's kind of her reflections and thoughts. So it's not the day-to-day nitty-gritty of what's going on so much as reflections, quite philosophical, very poetic. She has a wonderful command of English. I've got lots of copies over there, which I'll tell you about afterwards. One of the stories that Hala told is a very popular story throughout the Islamic world. Story, story.
Tell us a story.
There were once two close friends, Samir and Hassan. And they were on a journey across the dry, hot, wide desert. They walked and they walked and they walked, and it was hot, and they had run out of water. And they had lost their way. And as they went on through the desert, as sometimes happens when people are under duress, they became annoyed with each other. They became frustrated. And it was Samir who struck his friend across the face. And Hassan fell to the sand, and while he was on his knees, with his finger, he wrote in the sand quite quickly. And when he stood, Samir could read the words his friend who had been struck had written. Here my friend hurt me. Well, they carried on with their journey across the dry, hot desert. And they were thirstier than before. It was desperate. They needed water. But now they walked together. But finally, in the distance, they saw something green, and they ran forward. Surely there would be water. And it was Hassan, the one who had earlier been struck, who reached the oasis first. And he came among those green trees, and there was a pool of water, and he was so desperate for the water, he plunged in without hesitation. But what he didn't realise is that it was a deep pool of clear water, and he sank down into the pool. And Hassan did not know how to swim. And there under the water he was flailing around, and he was surely going to drown. But Samir, seeing his friend in such trouble, risking his own life, plunged into the pool, swam down, reached his friend, and used the last of his strength to bring him to the surface and to safety. And there on the shore of that pool, Hassan was finally revived. And Hassan took out his knife, and there beside the pool was a large stone. And Hassan began to carve into the stone. And it took time. He did it with care. And after a long time, he stood back, and his friend Samir, the one who had hit him, could read the words. Here my friend saved me. Why, Hassan, when I hurt you, did you write those words in the sand? And here, where I saved you, you carved these words in stone. My friend, said Hassan, when you hurt me, I wrote the words in the sand so soon the wind of forgiveness would blow and the words would be forgotten. But here, where you have saved me, I have carved the words in stone, so your deed will always be remembered. Friend, always write your hurts in the sand and carve your blessings in stone. Thank you, Hala, for sharing that wisdom. Imagine that's the story that she chose to tell in March of 2024.